Love is a journey that begins with a single moment. A moment that two souls choose to share for an eternity. Today we gather to celebrate the union of Amelia and Travis in a bond of love and commitment. Join us as we witness the beauty of their love story unfold.
So my oldest sister at the time lived in Charlotte, and my friend Madison and I wanted to go on like a girls trip or just a little weekend somewhere. So my sister was like, well, you should just come here and visit us and you can go do fun stuff on your own too. So we did. And her boyfriend at the time had season tickets to the Hornets. And I like basketball, but like, you know, I don't go to that. Actually, I think that was my first NBA game. Madison, I don't think cares about basketball at all, but we were like, it's something fun to do and we have tickets, why not?
I had courtside seats to the Hornets game with my buddy Edvin. And the only reason I'm saying courtside because it has to do with the story. I'm not trying to be like...
Thank you, Robert Russo. This is a shout
out. Not trying to be like, showboaty. But when you have those seats, you can't like walk up to the normal bar. You have your own little. There's the players' tunnel, and then there's a bar in the back, and that's where you get your drinks. But in order for us to really get there, you had to pass by her and a friend. And I like saw them, and I didn't really like notice much, but I'd like walk by, and my buddy Edvin was like, "Hey, like every time we walk by, like that girl is looking at you," and I was like, "Really?" And then so like I'm on my like fourth or fifth drink now because I just kind of wanted an excuse to like walk by, and I remember like it was right after halftime. I was standing up still because I was like gonna go over and talk to him, but I was kind of getting cold feet. And I actually had a buddy who texted me and he's like, "Why are you standing?" Like, because it's on TV and I'm like in the frame quite obviously. And Ed's like, go, just go over there. So I walked over.
This guy just comes and sits down on the end where my friend is. And he starts talking to, like, ask our names and whatever, starts talking to us. And he's like, "What are you guys doing after this?" And we're like, "Well, we're not from here, so we don't know. We're going wherever my sister goes, I guess."
I said, "A bar we're going to," and I said, "If you want to join us, here's my number to not be weird. If you want to go text me." I think I made it 5 steps and I felt my phone vibrate and it was her.
I think I just texted him and said like, "Hey, where are you guys going?" or something. I don't know. And we met up at a place called The Local, like a little bar that my sister and her boyfriend came to as well. We all hung out there for a while. I met Edvin, which was one of the groomsmen. He was in town for the weekend with Travis. And then from there, we went to a place called Slingshot, which was more of like a club, like a dance place. And we had a great time. And then I was torn away. My sister and a friend decided it was time to go home. So
for the better.
I had to leave a little bit against my will. I was kind of angry about it.
Your sister came in and pulled you out like a SEAL team.
I was extracted.
Yeah, you were extracted.
Against my
will. We woke up. I woke up to a text from you, and then we talked all day.
And I was really digging you, you know? I was like, I'm gonna keep talking to this guy.
And then I said, before this goes any further, you know?
Yeah, he's like, I have baggage. And I'm like, that's like a loaded statement because I didn't know if he was going to be like, I have committed 3 felonies or like.
I didn't mean it in a negative way.
No.
I just meant like there's a disclaimer you need to know.
Yeah, again, I just was like, that could be anything. And then he was like, I have kids. I was like, I like kids. Kids are fine. Definitely better than all the things I was thinking prior to when he said it was kids. So yeah, and then he came that very next weekend. He was coming to visit me because at that point it's like a 3-hour drive. Couldn't see each other during the week, obviously. So from then on, basically every other weekend, if he had his kids, I was coming to Charlotte. And if he didn't. He was driving to Georgia every weekend.
Mhm.
We FaceTimed a lot in the beginning. Push her down. We FaceTime, all day, every day that I wasn't at work. We would just sit on FaceTime together, doing whatever it is we had to do that day.
So there's a supposed second part to that story?
Well, no, it was just the when he tells the story, he always says, like, we were making eye contact the whole time. Like, you were staring at me. And it would be really sweet, a really sweet part of the story if that were true.
She never saw me once, you said.
I never saw him before he came and sat down. And I might have looked at him
And then
it's not like...
Come to think about it, like, I am walking in between, like, her and the basketball court, so maybe she was just watching the game.
And yeah, like, I'm not saying I wouldn't have looked at him, but I just, to my memory, I don't think we made eye contact. I just, when he came and sat down, obviously realized, there's a man sitting here. I have the best friends ever. I have a lot of friends. As you can tell, we had a large bridal party. Emma was my roommate in college, but we've been friends our entire lives. Caroline also, she was my neighbor for the past 5 years before I moved to Charlotte. Been friends our whole life. She's my first friend, my very first friend in life since we were infants. Emily, grew up together but weren't really friends until about 3 years ago, so that's been fun. And Madison's been a friend since middle school, a very close family friend. Kayla was a friend from college. We met, she and Rebecca and I actually all met at the College of Education. Raleigh has been my friend since middle school. And Lily is my soon-to-be sister-in-law. So she's marrying my brother next month. Molly and I met in college, but we also worked together. So we had the same college job, but we went to the same school as well. So that was fun.
Best man's Chad. Worked with me since 2014. He's my first real employee. We spend 10 to 12 hours a day with each other, 5 days a week. We can hang out with each other outside of work. We can travel with each other and kind of just not get on each other's nerves. So he's been there through a lot in my life, and that's him. Edvin Worley, I grew up with out of high school. Long story short, my family moved to North Carolina, and I wanted to stay in Florida and finish school. His parents basically brought me in. They're like my second mom and dad. And we've stayed in touch, obviously ever since, and he's very important to me. Will and Chambliss, met them in the off-road industry. Big impact in my lives. Still talk to them even though everyone lives in a different state, other side of the country. We still talk every day. They are a couple people who will be best friends of mine for the rest of my life. We got Diesel Krentz, who he got me into the off-road industry. He kind of taught me everything I know. Definitely like an older brother. It's great because he's one of the only people that can literally tell me something to my face that no one else will, that might offend me. Like, hey, you're doing this and you need to quit. And I respect that about him, and I love him to death. Brennan and Dylan were my old neighbors from the street I used to live on when I first met Amelia. I lived there for almost 4 years. Both of those guys, we had relationships. I can just walk in the house, you need something. If I had milk and they didn't, they would just walk in my house and grab the milk. We were that close. Funny story about both of them. Not funny, but both of them had pretty crazy medical experiences recently. Brennan
who's still attending the wedding. God bless him. Just found out he has pretty gnarly brain cancer. And what I appreciate about him is after I asked him about being a groomsman, he found out about the brain cancer situation, and he said he wouldn't miss the wedding for the world. So it means a lot. Dylan just had a collapsed lung. Both these things caused them to miss my bachelor party, which kind of stinks, but I'm glad that they're both fighting to be in better health. And then we got Amelia's brothers, who both of them, you know, it's been amazing. They're basically already a family to me. You know, Carson's the kind of guy who he even if he has a million and one things going on in life, he always makes sure that you're okay, and if you need something, he'll go do it. Like, perfect example, we were driving on the way. We're driving to the wedding venue today, and I told him a couple things I had to do, and he's like trying to stop what he's doing to try to help me accomplish those tasks. Colton, he is, you know, a very heartfelt dude. Whatever you need, he's always there for you, and both of them mean the world to Amelia, and she looks up to both of them, and you know, they're the two that are the newest in my life as far as friends go, and you know, I'm still, you know, we're still getting to know each other, but I'm so happy that they accepted to be my groomsmen. So.
Really, tell me about Elberton.
Elberton is really small. So the whole town's industry is granite. That's our big thing. It's a very tight-knit community. There's like one high school, so you went to school with like all the people that live there. It's a very loving community, so it was a very nice experience to get married there, because like the cashier at CVS told me congratulations the day before our wedding.
Me too.
Who I don't know. I don't even know her, but
Yeah, I don't know her either.
everywhere you went, I was running into people who were just as excited as we were, even if they weren't attending the wedding.
I was more surprised that she told me congratulations than you.
She actually told me when I walked in, I saw your fiance this morning. And
Yeah,
I was,
getting a
so
razor
fascinating.
and she's like,
Yeah, but it's a great place. I lived there my whole life until I went to school, and when I go back there now, it's always it's still home. This is new home, but it's always gonna be home. So very, very good place. Travis loves it too, kind of.
What do you think of Elberton?
I have a love and hate relationship with Overton. People there are great. It's a nice small town, so it feels nice. I hate that if we're hungry, we have 3 options. And if we need something past 9 p.m., you have to wait until 9 the next day. But other than that, love the people there, the family's there. It's great in the fall when we can do some hunting. Stuff like that.
And the fair,
The fair.
the county fair.
Granite.
Loves it.
Granite. I tell everybody this. Elberton is the only place in the United States you'll see a double wide trailer and a solid granite mailbox out front.
So, Amelia's a very unique individual. I never met someone who is so trustworthy, kind to others, literally will inconvenience the crap out of herself to make someone else, could be a complete stranger she just met for the first time, to make them happy. Like, you know, everything about her is she's just very majestic.
He's really funny. He's really funny. And also, I guess his confidence. The night we first met, he was like just easy to be around. I'm a people person. He was fun to be around. And after the first night, I just knew we were going to each other.
What's his best quality?
He's really thoughtful and he wants to provide. Like I don't even get a chance to ask for things before he's made sure that I have where things done. I don't have to ask. He just always thinks of me.
What 3 boxes did he check right away?
Yeah, you say that one. You give him.
He was personable, obviously outgoing. It took some guts to go sit next to random girls, I guess. So I respected that. He has a fun personality. Like you can't help but love him. Like he's funny, and I like funny. He was a good time. Like we danced, we drank. Like he could get along with. He met my sister, her boyfriend, my friend. He was, I guess that fits in personable, but.
Notice how she didn't say attractive, guys.
I obviously think you're very attractive. That's just not. I wouldn't say that was top 3. Not that he isn't. I think he's very attractive. But when I am like meeting someone for the first time, I don't feel like looks are like at the top.
Actually, I've seen some guys who dated, so yeah, it's a pretty true statement. So what's interesting too is what we should reverse back to as far as appearance goes. We did have to wear masks at that game. So I had no idea what she like completely looked like because she had you at the game. They gave you the mask, and it was like not like a medical mask. It was pretty big. So I just saw her from like here up and then like neck down. No idea, truthfully, what she looked like until we left the game. So looks weren't really a factor. But I mean, the biggest thing, at least after getting to know her, is she's definitely one of the most like selfless people I know. She will always put others first. I mean, she would have been late to her own wedding if we didn't find those kittens safe refuge that day before. Like she always, so thoughtful for others and caring. That's the first one. The second one is the ability to take my kids in with open arms. Like that's huge to me. Be like, you know what I mean? The ability to not only help raise them but love them like wholeheartedly. And then I would say the third thing is her family, like the ecosystem that supports her, that we can all like kind of blend in well together, and how much support she has from that is huge. So the proposal, I had planned out, various people were involved. It was all on me. I was worried something would go wrong, like, is it gonna rain the night I planned it? Or am I gonna be able to get you on the beach? Are you gonna be paying attention? Are you gonna not wanna go? Are you gonna be sunburned?
Lucky for you, I never paid attention, so it was a shock.
Yeah, and during the proposal, it was more like, I can't remember what I said, so it was just like a big rush of emotions.
Like the proposal, I'll replay in my mind forever. It was great, super well planned. A surprise. I had maintained to him, to Emma. I just want it to be a surprise. Like I don't really care about any of the theatrics or any of that stuff, but like I just want to be surprised. And he had done a good job of throwing me off. So it was a great, beautiful proposal.
We are here in Elberton, Georgia, for a great occasion. Our good buddy Travis Goldstein is getting married this weekend to Amelia Moon from Elberton, which is where we are right now. Yes, we're down here about to go hit the golf course with the groomsmen and a couple other guests, play 18 holes. get back and relax for a little while before we go to the rehearsal dinner. So looking forward to it, man.
The days leading up to a wedding can be stressful. To take the edge off, Travis organized a golf outing with some of the groomsmen for some rest and relaxation.
I'm excited for him. It's gonna be awesome. Travis is a good dude. I know both of them are excited. About to have a hell of a party celebrating. I think both of them are gonna be really happy.
Yeah, that's awesome. Like, it's awesome they found Amelia. It's awesome that they're happy together. It's awesome that he's settling down and having a good family with her. That is awesome. I'm glad he found someone that he can live life with, enjoy life with.
He's a perfect fit for Amelia.
Well, we're halfway through the first 9, and me and that Travis Goldstein guy just ain't doing so well. We've had some good shots, but lots of bad shots. But that's an example of our golf game.
You caught that?
Are you more nervous about the wedding or worried that you might forget something?
I'm nervous only for the fact that I just want everything to go smoothly. And it's kind of weird, but you have a whole year to prepare. And I don't feel like we're prepared. And to make it worse, the day we get back, we gotta hustle and bustle because we leave at 6 in the morning for Thailand. So, kind of stressed out. Probably should be like more preparing than playing golf, but whatever.
I wasn't nervous at all until we did the rehearsal. And then it hit, that's when I was like, holy crap. And it's funny because you always like, I go to weddings, I'm like, man, they are shaking or they are nervous. Why? And then I realized it. And it's not the kind of nervousness like, oh, I'm gonna spend the rest of my life with this one person. It's nervous as like, all these people are staring at just you, like you two. It's not like
It's stage fright.
Yeah, kind of. It's like you want to make sure everything goes right. You want to, it's an important moment that happens, one time in someone's life, and you just want to make sure everything ticks off.
During their rehearsal dinner, Travis presented some custom Nikes to the groomsmen to wear with their suits. Amelia presented her father with a tie that had an embossed photo on the underside. She also gave her mother a bracelet with an engraving that says, "All that I am, I owe to you." After the rehearsal, friends and family gathered at the local bar for some drinks and karaoke. The morning of the wedding, Travis corralled the guys to the Moon family farm to shoot some guns. Although there are guns here, this was not a shotgun wedding.
Got him. That's it. Got him.
The last few hours of Travis being a bachelor went out with a bang, using Amelia's grandfather's rifle and some tannerite. As the guys were shooting guns just outside of town, the girls had started prepping for the big day at the salon.
We kind of grew up together. We went to high school together and just stayed close ever since.
I'm excited. Very much.
How long have you known Amelia?
I've known of Amelia for a while, but I really got close to her when I started dating her brother Colton for about 3.5 years ago.
A few hours later, the guys got cleaned up and were ready to present Travis to his bride.
So is this one any different for you?
It is. Probably she was home more after the older two, when they graduated from high school and went out to college. They went further off and stayed gone more and never really back home again after that. And she went her first 2 years locally to the Athens Tech so she could help me out with my niece and my grandchildren, and also to save money. But she's been around longer, so I guess I feel a little bit closer to her because we kind of been through some stuff together, that made us bond and have a little closer ties. So yeah, this is going to hurt. And I've kind of eased into it. She's already moved to Charlotte, so she's been gone for a year physically. I mean, she's already up there, so it's not like she's leaving from home to move away, but it's still going to hurt because, she'll be back to visit, but it's kind of hard, and it'll hit me after all this settles down, I guess.
I'm getting anxious.
Before the ceremony, Amelia did not reveal herself in her dress to anyone except for her mother. Until now. This was the first time all her bridesmaids saw how beautiful Amelia looked on her big day.
You all kind of want to come and hug her, just kind of surround her.
Oh, don't step on my dress, that's all I ask. Okay, we want. I haven't actually seen everyone's dresses. Oh my goodness. Special girl. Okay. Oh,
The veil is so
Can we all
beautiful.
have
Yeah,
that?
it really is. That is
Yes,
really pretty.
Recap the wedding. Just tell me your general thoughts on the ceremony.
I think it was really pretty. I wrote the ceremony, except for the opening and closing prayers. I'll let the preacher do that. But when I say I wrote it, I compiled bits and pieces of ones I found on the internet. But we both wanted it to be kind of short, but meaningful. the pianist, his name is Jackson. I always knew I wanted to have like a real type of music, not like an instrument, I guess. Whenever I got married, and he was kind of tickled because he's like, I've been asked to play many places. He's like, at this church even several times. And he said, I gave him the song list and only one of them was a religious song. It was my favorite hymn. But every other song was like Harry Styles, Taylor Swift, I don't know, Dancing in the Moonlight, just a random list of songs. But they're piano covers. So I was like, young people like it and anyone else probably won't know what it is. So it worked
We
out.
tried to get Elton, but he retired.
Yeah, Elton John wouldn't come. What a shame. But anyway, yeah, Jackson did a great job. I thought it was a great ceremony.
Yeah, I thought it was great. I think we all looked really good. I think the shoes were a great idea. It was definitely shorter than I thought it was going to be, which I'm totally okay with. But yeah, it was awesome. The only thing about the ceremony that kind of sucked was we use an app for our wedding management. And I don't know what happened, and I'll have to investigate it later. But a lot of people actually either missed or were late to the ceremony because there's another church with a very similar name
30 minutes.
with the exact same address, but a different city. So same address, same state, different city. And I guess when you're typing in the address, it brings up the church's name as like a recommended search. And people click that and they were going to the wrong church.
Which was like 30 minutes up the road.
30 minute drive. So that kind of stunk. But other than that, everything I think was perfect. And
also,
it's not a wedding if something like doesn't happen.
Also,
right?
I realized about an hour before the wedding that the ring bearer's shoes never came. So we had to call several friends in town, which again, luckily it was a small town. So we called several people and we're like, hey, we need little boy shoes now.
General thoughts on this?
Everything was really well, or went really well. DJ killed it.
Yeah, he was great.
DJ killed it. Everything I think went super smooth. I actually was surprised because we didn't have a wedding planner. We just had some volunteers that...
We had Jean. She was our day of coordinator.
Yes, but what I'm saying is we didn't have like someone that grabbed the vendors, someone who... We designed everything, and then we did have a lot of people to come in and help us set up and do everything.
We had a lot of help.
I chose Barbaritos as our caterer, and I was nervous that people might think I was trying to skimp or maybe be cheap, I don't know, but...
Well, Dad paid for the food anyway, so...
Yeah, that's true, but no one really knows that. Yeah. So, I thought it was cool because everyone said, man, Barbaritos was the move. Everyone complimented the food.
Alright, ready?
She comes from Silver Spoon, Golden Rule, private school, never miss Sunday church. I come from blue collar, low dollar, out here where concrete meets old red dirt. And I don't know what happened, but it sure don't add up on paper. But when I close my eyes late at night, you can bet I thank my maker. She keeps on loving me, loves me the just along for the ride. She's my biggest fan, and it's a little piece of heaven when we lay down at night. She keeps on loving me, and I keep on wondering why. She's got a wicked smile, angel eyes, every guy wanting to hold her close.
Definitely thankful for Chad overcoming a huge fear. I mean, for 3 months I heard him talk about his speech and how he was worried it would be too roasty or people wouldn't laugh or be in front of all those people, and I think he
was so nervous.
He killed it.
He did great.
Well, you all already know I'm Chad, and I've been given the honor of being Travis's best man and the burden of giving this speech. Just wanted to say thank you to everyone for joining us today at this beautiful event, or what Travis would call a business expense. Travis is very generous, even if it is company money, and he's really outdone himself here tonight. Amelia told me not to worry too much over this speech, just to keep it short and sweet, which is perfect, but I guess she's not used to long and satisfying. Alright, I've known Travis for 10 years, starting with being one of his first employees. Over the years, it became apparent that he was one of those rare, genuine people who would never leave a friend hanging. He's the kind of person who would drop everything to help someone in need, no matter the cost or inconvenience. If you needed a sympathetic ear, an extra set of hands, or a ride across town in the middle of the night, he was always there. His selflessness and dedication to those he cares about are truly remarkable, and I'm honored to call him my friend. Hi. Those qualities that make him a great friend will also make him a devoted and supportive husband to Amelia. And speaking of support, I sure am glad this isn't a Jewish wedding, where I have to pick you up on a chair and parade you around. Because my back is way too sore from carrying you at work this last decade. No.
It's the roast.
Nah. Alright, let's talk about Amelia. When Travis first introduced me to her, I knew she was special. So special that we all traversed the backwoods of Georgia to be here. I think Elberton's population tripled today when we all showed up. They almost needed a second stoplight to handle all the traffic. Amelia is a second grade teacher who is a thoughtful and brilliant character, and she brings those qualities to her new family. Caring not only for Travis, but his children, Aubrey and Luke. Plus, it's proven she knows how to deal with the temper tantrums of a grown man who sometimes acts like he's 7. Amelia has been a wonderful addition to the family, bringing love and support to everyone around her. And Travis, it's a good thing she said I do quickly, because that hairline is receding faster than that raise you promised me. Alright, I don't want to get too sappy up here. Emma would do a much better job of that anyway. So I'll stick with what I'm good at. Everyone raise your glasses to many joyous years to come.
Good jokes like him. Amelia always does that part of our relationship. She's the funny one. I am the sappy, emotional one, if you saw my tears during the wedding. But when I thought back on mine and Amelia's relationship when I was trying to write this speech the other day, there wasn't really like a beginning point that I could pinpoint to start with. Because if you're from Elberton, you know you just always known these people your whole life. We went to church together, we went to school together. or even like distantly related, and we always bragged about it at college. And so I was just thinking back on all our memories, and my favorite time that we had together was by far when we were roommates in college. During those years, our friendship grew so deep and so strong, and there were so many things that fell together at all the right moments for us to be able to live together, and I'm so glad they did, because I cannot imagine my life then or my life now without my Amelia. So there was a big group of us who went and celebrated with her bachelorette weekend a couple months back. And if you ever hang out with Amelia enough, you know she makes you share the roses and the thorns and the highs and the lows. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, then be thankful, because I'm surprised she hasn't made everybody in this room do it yet. Don't give her this microphone or she might. But I just really wish I had like recorded that, because I could have just used it as the speech, because everybody just said all the best qualities about Amelia that she has, and just shared everything that they loved about her, and about how she can be so selfless, and about how she loves with her whole heart, and she loves so deeply, and she cares about everyone, and she's always a friend to everyone and makes sure that you know it. And she also does that with Travis. She is going to be a great partner to Travis, but she's also found a great partner in Travis too. So Travis, I'm very thankful that Amelia has found you and found someone to love her back as much as she loves everybody else. And I know that one thing we have in common is her happiness is our #1 goal. So I'm entrusting you with that in the North Carolina side, and I'll handle it when you bring her back to Georgia. So Amelia, thank you. So good? Okay. Amelia, thank you for being you, and Travis, thank you for being Amelia's person. I pray for many years of happiness and love for you two, and I cannot wait to watch them all unfold. I love y'all. Cheers to the bride and groom.
Cheers.
Honeymoon aside, every summer, she's a teacher, so she gets a solid time off of work. So we decided when we first started dating that every year around June, July, August, somewhere in that time frame, we're going to go somewhere out of the country, somewhere different. We've gone to Costa Rica, we've gone to the British Virgin Islands, we've gone to Italy now. Thailand just happened to be next on the list of destinations we wanted to go to. And so that's where we're taking our honeymoon. So we're gonna spend like 14 days in Thailand. Excited.
We were struggling at first to choose, because we were like, there's a difference when you take a vacation, you go, somewhere for a traditional honeymoon. I feel like is like relaxing, you go to all-inclusive in Jamaica or something and you just lay there and beach. But then, like Italy, when we went to Italy, we didn't stay in the same place for more than 2 days. We were on a train every day. We took a single bag each. Like, it was very good because there was so much to see and do. So we were kind of torn as to whether we should go somewhere more relaxing or somewhere more interesting. And I think we both were kind of like, yeah, let's do something interesting. We can find moments to relax, but we gotta capitalize on the time.
And we'll be able to relax there. Like, we're still gonna be backpacking-ish, but she doesn't even know the itinerary really, but
I don't plan. He plans. I show up with my passport.
The last like 5 days, we're gonna be in the southern part of Thailand, and it's like the beachy, clear water, coral reefs type stuff. So that'll be our like recharge moment.
Sometimes, the best love stories start with a simple question and a heartfelt yes.
Are you good?
The giggles.
All right, go. I'm waiting on you.
Okay. The wedding party was amazing. I swear to God, Travis, I'm about to take one of those expensive bottles of bourbon and whack you upside the head. Get it
Just
together.
go. Just go.
I can't when you're laughing. So we appreciate you guys. With his group, I know. You are on my nerves. Get it together. He's gonna quit. He's gonna walk out.
It's his fault.
Are you 7?
I'm looking at him and he's laughing. I just can't.
I'm just sitting here.
She looks
It's
at me
gonna
and she said,
it's gonna cut and it's gonna go back to a normal scene and there's a giant hammer.
oh my God, I didn't leave one. I'm sorry. Like that was a new group. So now they're all. I'm going to
No, you're good.
hurt someone.
It's okay.
All right. Hold on. It's not done yet.
It's not. It's not a movie. It's a real life emotional documentary. This is real life happening right now.
So anyway.
I have COVID, by the way.
Why is it going so long?
All right, go ahead.
The wedding party was awesome. We want to say thank you to all of you for.
I'm done.
Who is it? The wedding party was. I'm so over here.
Stop saying the wedding party. Change your.
Because I have to keep starting over. My bridesmaids and his groomsmen were wonderful. Played huge roles. I swear I'm about to slap you in the throat. Stop. Every time I say it, it gets less hard.
Do we have a bloopers at the end of this?
We're going to now, yeah.
Yeah.